October 23rd, 2022. Dear HUMA Committee, good day to you. There's not much left that I'm good at these days. After 22 years on social services, the damage is done, but I'm writing to share my lifelong lived experience. I was first homeless at 18, then 21, 23, 26, 32, 35, and just 2 years ago again. This past September, I turned 40, and with no other way to celebrate, I ran a GoFundMe for emergency grocery support. This all started after a terrible childhood followed by a diagnosis of social anxiety, generalized anxiety, PTSD, borderline and histrionic personality disorders, and depression. As the fight for survival became worse and I sold my body to survive, the sadness evolved into major depressive disorder. I have been hospitalized in mental institutions 14 times, including just 4 years ago, and I've tried CBD, DBT, exposure therapy, 43 different medications, and was denied shock treatment. The constant threat of being homeless has also caused me to develop agoraphobia and bulimia now on top of everything else. My last rental was a black mold-infested basement room with a drain, which was raided twice by police and had a threatening landlord and roommate. I packed what few bags I could, hard drives but on my computer, just the clothes on my back, my cat in a cardboard box, and I had to sneak out. The constant infections of H. pylori, not doing laundry for 6 months, the furnace being turned off on us, took its toll. I have never recovered. My digestion is terrible now. My cat remained sick, and when the donations ran out, I had to euthanize him myself with melatonin and valerian, and one of my roommates had to pay for his cremation. These are the issues we are facing out here in Canada, especially without the support we need. Getting safe, affordable apartments is next to impossible in this new age of inflation, viruses, and war. We need an amount that ties to the price of housing for each province, or else we need to have more mobility to move within Canada. If I was to go out east and find a cheaper place, my ODSP would end and I would be stranded. This feels like a violation of my ability to move freely across Canada. I've never lived anywhere but Ontario as a result. We need to make sure that everyone with a disability is covered under this benefit. There should be a system in place to accept existing disability social service recipients onto the database. Include the adjudications and doctors' opinions, fast-tracking those of us who are already getting benefits. There will also have to be an easy and accessible application process, perhaps through the CRA portal and phone numbers. Finally, and most importantly, there needs to be a rush on this. The walls are closing in from all sides for so many people. Another winter is upon us and shelters will be full. My temporary sublet is open. It's up in the new year, and I have nowhere to go again. I've lived such a miserable and broken life that I don't want anything other than MAID when it is legalized for mental illness in March. The bill you are working on now needs to be the preventative measure that will save on taxes by getting people a safe place to grow roots, the money to travel to dentists, as we are turned away due to government coverage lacking, to buy medication or homeopathic reliefs that are not covered, and just the basic freedom to go out and socialize in the community. Without Bill C-22, I've suffered greatly from these issues, and it has taken its toll on so many before me. There can be no more. We need to end legislated poverty immediately. I'm available to testify if needed. Sincerely, Mitchell Trombley.